Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good day to you. That's depending where you are in the world. We're doing our nighttime devotion. The devotional is called Conflict and Courage. The title today, The Battle is the Lord's. The scripture reading comes from 2 Chronicles 20, verse 12. O our God, wilt thou not judge them? For we have no might against this great company that cometh against us. Neither know we what to do, but our eyes are upon thee. Toward the close of Jehoshaphat's reign, the kingdom of Judah was invaded by an army, before whose approach the inhabitants of the land had reason to tremble. Jehoshaphat was a man of courage and valor. For years he had been strengthening his armies and his fortified cities. He was well prepared to meet against almost any foe. Yet in this crisis he put not his trust in the arm of flesh, not by disciplined armies and fenced cities, but by a living faith in the God of Israel. Could he hope to gain the victory over these heathen and boasted of their power? Could he hope to gain the victory over these heathen who boasted of their power to humble Judah in the eyes of the nations? Jehoshaphat feared and set himself to seek the Lord, and proclaimed a fast throughout all Judah. And Judah gathered themselves together to ask help of the Lord. Even out of all the cities of Judah they came to seek the Lord. Standing in the temple court before his people, Jehoshaphat poured out his soul in prayer, pleading God's promises with confession of Israel's helplessness. With confidence, Jehoshaphat could say to the Lord, "Our eyes are upon thee." For years, he had taught the people to trust in the one who in past ages had so often interposed to save his chosen ones from utter destruction. And now, when the kingdom was in peril, Jehoshaphat did not stand alone. All Judah stood before the Lord with their little ones, their wives, and their children. Unitedly, they fasted and prayed. Unitedly, they besought the Lord to put their enemies to confusion, that the name of Jehovah might be glorified. God was the strength of Judah in this crisis, and he is the strength of his people today. We are not to trust in princes or to set men in the place of God. We are to remember that human beings are fallible and erring, and that he who has all power is our strong tower of defense. In every emergency, we are to feel that the battle is his. His resources are limitless, and apparent impossibilities will make the victory all the greater. The battle is the Lord's. Jehoshaphat had vast army, had fortified cities, and yet there were still greater enemies. And so when he knew, not that he could have overcome them by himself anyway, but when he knew they were so much greater anyway, he didn't just pray. He got the whole of Israel, the whole of Judah to come together. And they all fasted and prayed. Now that is a discipline, and it's something you need to practice regularly, which I don't. I used to, and I've not done it in a while. But it is very good discipline, so I, for one, need to start doing that again. To fast and pray. Jesus said that, well, he told his disciples, they said, how? What's the best way? He said, only by fasting and praying. Why they could not cast out the demons. He said, well, you need the faith of a mustard seed, and by fasting and praying. And he taught the people. It says for years he had taught the people to trust in God, who interposed for them from years and generations gone by. And now that kingdom was in peril, he got everyone to fast and pray, just the same as Esther did. Esther got everyone to fast and pray as well. It's a practice we should all those that trust God and believe and have the testimony of Jesus, we should all practice to fast and pray. Starting here and you. The battle is the Lord's. Trust him.